Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today I'll be reviewing the 10-inch Eonon Android Headunit. I've had it in my Volkswagen CC for a couple of months now, and today I'll be telling you all about the experience I've had with it. Before I proceed, take a moment to subscribe to this channel, and also don't forget to click the notification bell to receive all the updates that I'll be bringing your way. So this device by Eonon runs the pure Android, and I'll just go ahead and power it up that we'll see how long it takes to boot. So the device allowed me to set up my own boot screen, although it will go off for the Eonon logo to come. I think they should allow you to use your own boot logo till it loads, but well, so roughly that takes a few seconds to load up. But then at this stage, a bit laggy, as you can see. It would have to take some time to fully boot up. And secondly, the interface looked too basic for me, so I had to install the car launcher app, because the platform allows you to install all the apps from the Play Store, at least most of them that are compatible. And as you can see, it has the GPS up there, and it's also connected to my phone automatically because I have it with me. So that's the car launcher theme that I have personally installed to kind of give it a little bit of flavor compared to what they originally had. So these are some of the apps that I have. I have my Spotify, podcasts, Chrome browser, file manager, maps, which is very important, and yeah, YouTube, Waze. It pretty much takes anything. And then it comes with the Talk app pre-installed. They give me the OBD device for free, together with a reverse camera and a dash cam. But unfortunately, the dash cam doesn't work with this model. I hear it works with some of the other models that they have, but for this particular model, the dash cam doesn't work. It's not compatible. So this is the interface. I'll go ahead and open up Spotify, which works pretty good. The only problem I've had with it is, as a premium subscriber, the music that I download offline, after some time, I don't know, it just vanishes. I would have to download them all over again, which is quite not cool. But then it does the job. It plays, and it's compatible with all my steering wheel controls. You can see I'm not controlling it with the touch screen. It is all done by my steering wheel controls. But then I had to install a module before it could pick up the steering wheel control, even that it only works with the left side and not with the menu navigation control. So I would just hit play, and it sounds pretty well. So far I'm happy about the sound quality, and yes, you can change the song that is playing at any point in time. Install your Pandora or some other app. So I'll go ahead and open up the maps, which sometimes is pretty annoying. I think it's because of the RAM, because after it has loaded, see the time it takes to load. If I want to type in an address, let's say it takes a while for the keyboard to pop up. It does the work pretty well, just that it's sometimes a little bit slow when it has to load up, but overall I think it's good and I'm happy with it. I think they've made improvements with the newer models that have come. And then the popular Talk app, which allows you to scan your device and get real-time updates on functionality of the car. So yes, now it is connected to my car. I'll go ahead and open and yes, you can go ahead and scan that and get all the real-time update that you need, information with the car, which is pretty cool, I guess. Now, one other thing I would need to point out is when I had this device installed in my Kia Optima, I didn't need any module for it to work. It just integrated seamlessly into that system. But when I installed it in the Volkswagen, it needed that module for the steering wheel control to work. And then also my backup camera, I'll go ahead and which has the night vision. It's around 6 p.m. here, but then I guess it will still do a great job. It takes a few seconds to pop up, but it's also good. So that's the backup camera. You can see it's clear. But then when I installed the backup camera, I had to also buy a filter from Amazon before it would work, because when I crank up the engine, the DC current was no longer in DC. So I needed to install this filter that would filter out the current and convert it to DC for the reverse camera to work. So for those of you who would want to install this in your car, if it's a German car, then you should know that you would have to look for such a filter from Amazon or eBay. I would leave a link to the particular one I bought for this car. This is a Volkswagen CC, and I think it's pretty much for all other Volkswagens and a lot more of the German cars. So when you move back to park, it goes. And I need to also say that even before the device boots up, the reverse camera works. So it doesn't need to boot all the way before the reverse camera would actually kick in. Once you start up your engine and shift your lever to reverse, it just triggers the reverse camera and it begins working, which is cool. It has the Bluetooth, or like I said, my Bluetooth device is connected. You can make and receive calls and all that, play music through your Bluetooth. But then it doesn't come with a CD player. So yes, but many people wouldn't want to play a CD these days. But if you're a CD fan, then this device is not for you. However, it does use a memory card. You can put the memory card right behind it. This screen is adjustable. You can tilt it up and down like you see me doing. So you can really play with the viewing angle to whichever angle you want. And I think that is a pretty smart one by Eonon. I am quite happy with that. And then one major disappointment that I have with this device is the fact that it doesn't work with the car's OEM Bluetooth. So my car has its inbuilt Bluetooth, which you can make calls and all that right from the dash. But then, because that is a different system, there is no way it integrates with that or synchronizes with that of the device, and so they both run separately. So most of the time, if I want to use that, the functionality in my car, I would have to connect to the phone as well as the device. Fortunately, if you have a phone that has the Bluetooth 5.0, you can connect more than one device. That's, I think, about 2 devices. So that's what I do. I connect both the car's Bluetooth and the player's Bluetooth to my phone, and then I'll use the dash to make the calls, and it would show up on the screen. The only drawback for that is the sound would automatically be routed through the car's Bluetooth, which is inactive in the sound system. So I have to pick the phone and manually change the sound to the Eonon, in which case it would work. Aside that, I think the device is pretty good. When you go into the settings, you have this is for the launcher. I'll go into the system's settings and you will see. So there we have it. This, another thing, the display is too bright. So you can see I'm shooting this video in the night, and I was expecting that the screen would auto dim, but there's the minimum brightness, the least brightness. And so when you're driving and you have a white screen, it disturbs your eye. And that was even one reason why I had to install the car launcher, which is a bit dark, and so I don't get this kind of display. But then, yeah, you go into the network, you have your Wi-Fi, your hotspot and Bluetooth, and the infotainment. You can go to the boot logo, and then you can decide to suppress the volume when you put the car on reverse. And yeah, you can also change your equalizer settings right here and move the fade and balance to your own desired. And that's the steering wheel control, so you go ahead and map it up. So you can see all those in blue are what has been mapped up to my steering wheel. So the rest that are in green, they have not been mapped up yet. And then, yeah, Bluetooth, basic, the navigation, all those settings. So nighttime backlight set, you see it is at 0 and it's already in the night, but this is so bright. It's very, very bright that it's not advisable for a driver to have such a screen whilst driving. And so if you are using this device or planning to buy it, then you might as well install the car launcher, which I have installed so that it would minimize the brightness of the light. I didn't mention that the internal storage is 16 gig, and I have installed a 64 gigabyte micro SD card in there. So that is the maximum the device can take. So you cannot go beyond 64 gig. If you are planning on buying it, then you should know that you are not going beyond 64 gigabytes of SD RAM. And yeah, that is my experience with it. So if you ask me for my candid opinion, I think that for the fact that it's not that expensive, I think I bought it for less than $300, slightly less than $300. Yes, I think it is okay, although it could have been much better, but I still like the idea what Eonon was trying to do, and perhaps this specifically is quite the universal variant. And like I said, I bought it for my Kia Optima, but then I decided to install it in this because I realized this is my daily commute. So it's fun to use, especially when you are going on long journeys, because you have everything you want with you and you don't have to worry yourself. And oh, it has the radio, which is like a basic functionality. The GPS is also pretty accurate, I must say. It is pretty accurate. The Wi-Fi antennas, I installed them in the dash and they are still pretty strong, and I don't think I have regretted buying this. It's definitely worth it. For less than $300, it is value for that money because it gives me all the basic functionality. But then if you are going to buy it for a Volkswagen, I would advise that you check their website and see. I think they have some specific ones for certain cars which comes with a CAN bus, which would allow you seamless integration. But because there's the generic version, I do not have it quite that way. So there you have it. That's the 10-inch Eonon Android Headunit, which is 16 gig. It's quite low, but it's not terrible, considering the fact that you don't really use your car's entertainment system that much, unless you are the person that is always on the road. Then you might want to get the upgraded version, which I believe may be a little bit faster. So that is it for you today. I would ask that you support this channel and also click the notification bell to receive all the updates that I will be bringing to you. Until next time, bye bye.